My name is ToyTB. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to swap the API from your Gunbot system. But first of all, you would have to download the latest version. Currently, it is Gunbot version 12.9.9.2, and it's pretty straightforward process. Probably take roughly about 5 to 10 minutes, depends on how fast you are and which step you are in the process. Now, as you can see, I'm actually using Mac at the moment, and I have downloaded I have already downloaded the file. Basically, you scroll down a little bit, and you can just click any of this. Now, again, you have to use this version or the latest version after 12.9.9.2. Okay, so I downloaded the file. I'm just going to go ahead and unzip the file itself. All right, so now that it's basically being unzipped, I already have the terminal already open, ready to go. So I'm just going to bring it up again. Perfect. Now we have the directory called macOS, which is a new directory that we just extract. From here, we're going to launch the executable file, which is that one there. But with the Mac, you have to do it from a terminal, which is the program I'm using right now. So once you launch it, again, obviously you have to make sure that your firewall is good to go. So if you're using Windows, you make sure that you have your firewall port and everything open up for the Gunbot. All right. So the next step, obviously, we're gonna go ahead and log into localhost, which is going to be your Gunbot. Now, this is the first session. As you can see straight away, they're basically asking me for the password. In this case, I just type in 111. Just because. Okay, so right now, after assuming this is your brand new first time here, the first thing you have to do is you have to type in your wallet that you have registered with your reseller. All right, so you purchase from somewhere. You have to assign your wallet, which is Ethereum ERC20 wallet, with a Gunbot with an exchange API. So in this case, I have already, by the way, the website for that one is pretty much GitHub. So what I normally do is just type in GitHub, type in sometime Gunbot release. That's how I usually search. And that would just come up at the top, and that's pretty much the link that I usually go to. That's how I usually do it. Okay, so now this is going to be your wallet that you have given to your reseller. And the reseller have registered it and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Save Change. Now, in order for you to be able to swap your exchange, just so you know as well, we have a little system running on the right-hand side here, basically just telling us what's going on right now with Gunbot. I'm just going to put that one here. And yes, so in this case, I have linked the wallet with this fake Binance API ADSF and repeat that 4 or 5 times. As you can see here on the screen, I have registered it, and they're all basically linked together. The next step I'm going to do, you basically have to run the bot. You literally have to run the bot in order for you to be able to swap the exchange. Now you can't you can't just click on the start bot core. What you need to do though, you have to add at least one trading pair, which is the very bottom here. Now, you can't add a trading pair unless you add an exchange. So you have to, first of all, go to exchange, adding the API key and a secret key all into the system. Personally, I prefer to have the master key, which is this section here, the same. Let's say, by the way, this is for those who, having issues and want to swap for the first time. I would personally recommend use the registered API key. The reason being is I'm going to show you in a minute, so just bear with me. I don't know what it is. Cool, the Binance has been added, which is great. Now the next thing we're going to be doing, I'm just going to add in a pair. So I'm just going to pick Ripple, select Binance, and then I select the PP, ping pong, and that's done. And then I go ahead and click on Save Changes. Okay. So now when I run Gunbot, there'll be an error come up on the screen. This error is basically going to be saying, yeah, cool, your wallet is validated on our Gunbot exchange, but your API is incorrect. whether it's going to be the actual API itself or the API secret code, right? Oh, one more thing. Okay, I actually use this. I actually did something else before, and the video didn't work. So I actually have the other one. So this is the current API, right? So all you have to do in here, go to Exchange. I'm just going to delete this and add Binance. And the reason why I want to have a different array here, this is actually a really good example as well. The reason why I want to have a different array here, because so I know it is working or it's not working, and you will understand in a minute why. So far I swapped the exchange, right? Using the right API key. So now the API key I'm using is XYZ, and you can see the error it's giving us right now is basically saying, look, the API key, something is invalid, right? API key invalid, that's pretty much what it means. And it's asking you to stop the bot, wait a few minutes, and start again. Okay, once you get this error, I want you to go to config.js. You want to open up whether you're using Notepad or whatever you want to use. Once it opened, which is, so I've just got dual screen, and when you scroll all the way down to the bottom, okay, we are going to be looking at this section here. Just so you know, there's something going on in the background, so that the bot is still working in the background, but obviously giving us the error because this API key, this key and this secret key, definitely not going to be exit in Binance server itself. So the next thing you need to do is come in here, delete the key, right? The existing key. So make sure it's empty, and then you click save, and then you close it. Okay. So when it's closed, there's a couple ways here you can do. One, you can wait until it refresh, like there we go. Or you can actually stop the process and then restart it again. This is why I want to do what I did, because I want to be able to see that it is now different, right? I want to see a different error code here. So if it was this one, now it changed to this one. This basically is saying the empty API key that you have is not invalid, which is perfect. And from here, what I want you to do is to go over to swap exchanges. As you can see here right now, basically swap exchanges is nothing, right? All you need to do here, click refresh. And this process, like this step here, it can take anywhere between 1 minute to like 5 minutes. So it depends on where you are up to in that process. Sometimes it works straight away. Sometimes you just have to make sure that the bot is running on an empty API, right? You have to add something first in order to run the bot, and then it's running on an empty. Okay. So one is it is running in the background. Where's terminal? There. Okay, great. Then you go over to swap exchanges. Sometimes it may not work straight away, like this one here, and you have to be kind of quick as well. As you can see here, currently it's registered to XYZ. I'm going to swap to ASDF. Now, this is perfect. So once it's kind of like restart, right, which is this exactly example, this is what you're going to get most of the time. All you need to do, reload, go over to swap exchange and add in a new one in. So swap exchange, I'm going to go ahead and swap it to save change, to ASDF. Click save changes, license registered. Now let's have a look here on the right hand side. It should be restarting in a minute now. Oh, any minute now, actually. Just pay attention to your registered API key Binance is now going to be ASDF, which is pretty much that one when it restarted. And I apologize, I'm actually just having a little bit runny nose at the moment. It's a bit cold in Australia. Okay, so sometimes it takes a while to load. And you can pretty much stop the session and restart it again, or you can wait for it to work. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and stop the bot and then run it again, just like that. All right. I stop the bot, I run it again, and now it's letting me in, which is perfect. Obviously, localhost, you can see straight away that now the Binance license is now ASDF. This is pretty much how you swap the API key. But the next error you get here is called invalid license for Binance. And you're like, what do you mean? I just swapped the exchange, right? Well, that error there is actually got to do with exchanges that you set up in this section here. This one is still belong to empty API key, which is what we did in this step earlier. So if you scroll down, the API key right now it should be empty. Where are you? There, right? For the Binance, it's empty. So what do you need to do here is simply just go delete the existing one. Obviously pick the exchange and then type in the API key that you just registered. In this case, it is ASDF, right? You submit it and you click Save Changes always. And now it's basically go off and loading the new config. And voila, we should have a different error, which is pretty much that is what I want. Now, if you have the right API key, this is just going to work straight away. Right now, it's a different API key, so it's not working, and that's cool. But yeah, that's why I want to make sure that I can see the difference in terms of the error code. But hopefully you learn how to swap the API exchanges by yourself. It's pretty straightforward once you kind of like understand the logic of it. Any question, feel free to leave the comment below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, feel free to do so. Yeah, my name is Poi TB, and I'm looking to be teaching you guys or serving you guys somehow in the near future. Feel free to message me on Telegram as well. All right, talk to you soon, guys. Bye.